to Southern Girl Knits, episode 4. For all of you who are returning, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. And for you new viewers, welcome to Southern Girl Knits. And there's my cat. That's my cat, Bella. Bella, come say hi. Come say hi. Say hi. Say hi. No. You can be shy. She's my shy cat. She's a rescue. Both of my cats are. She's solid black. My other one is solid gray. He's a Russian blue. And we saved him after Hurricane Ivan happened in Louisiana many years ago. He was a rescue from that. And Bella we rescued here after we got to Arkansas. And she looked so pitiful when we got her. She's black and she's shiny. But when we got her, she was almost gray. It was sad. It was a sad kitty, but not now, huh? Yeah. Okay, I will release you. She's been chasing her tail all morning, so we might hear that. And I've got all of my yarn and fiber laid around, so it's catnip. So, let's get back to business. I am Tish. I am your host. And I am Tish Knits on Instagram, and I am Tish Knits 33 on Ravelry. And I want to say thank you to Stacy and Steph of Mustache Podcast for the shout out. Thanks so much. And to Stacy, no, you are a little slice of awesome. Okay, so let's get to on iTunes. I am now on iTunes. Yay! It took till episode 3 for it to show up. I don't know why. I showed up, and I have an explicit tag. I don't know where that came from. I'm hoping that I went and kind of fiddled with settings, and I'm hoping that maybe after I upload this episode, I won't be explicit anymore. I don't know. But feel safe to download me or watch me on your Apple TV. I'm not going to throw anything out there that you have to hide from your children. So, yeah. And I'm also, of course, on my website, southerngirlknits.wordpress.com, and that's also where you'll find my show notes. And, last week I had someone ask me a question about my nail polish. So I thought I would show you. You see Sinful Shine. It's the new gel stuff, but you don't have to use the light for it. It's gel technology without the gel lights, I guess. I don't know. I got it because it was pretty. It's a pretty color. So, as far as what I'm watching on TV, you can see, that's the screensaver for the Apple TV. I was watching podcasts this morning to get me in the mood for podcasting. I was watching other podcasters. But actually what I just finished was I subscribed to Acorn TV on my Apple TV. It is kind of like maybe British Netflix would be the best way to describe it. I don't know, because there's not a whole bunch to choose from like there is on Netflix. There's, thousands of things to choose from. Acorn it's a little more limited. So, but you still get some really awesome shows on there. And I just finished a show called Above Suspicion. It was super good. It was a TV crime drama kind of a show. And I finished that, and then I saw they had Prime Suspect with Helen Mirren. So good. It's from the early 90s. I think when the series starts, it's the early 90s. Helen Mirren is that actress that played in the movie The Debt. Super good. Fabulous actress. Amazing. In fact, the one that British TV works very different from American TV. They have series, which I think are the equivalent of our seasons, but there's only a few episodes, so I'm not sure. I know I've got some UK viewers out there, so maybe you could explain it to me. Do you watch a series does it come on once a year, and then you just watch 2 episodes? I don't know. Here in America, we have Modern Family. One of my favorite shows that's on TV right now. So funny. Oh my gosh. Hilarious. So our seasons will run from September to May, and we'll have like 23 episodes per season. So we get like a lot of TV off of this show. And with British TV, like I watched Sherlock, and there's like 3 episodes. Now, granted, they're long, so and maybe they break them up. I don't know. Somebody needs to explain it to me, because I'm thinking, what do you watch on TV if all of your shows only come on like 3 times? What do you watch all year long? Maybe you don't watch as much TV as Americans. That would explain. Maybe we watch too much TV. Shocker. So, okay, enough about television. Let's get on to reading, because that is something that I do a lot of. I finished To Kill a Mockingbird. Amazing. Fabulous. Loved it. I started and finished Lord of the Flies since I saw you last. I didn't enjoy it as much. And it wasn't that I didn't enjoy the story. I didn't enjoy... there wasn't as much character development in that book. It felt a lot more... I guess for him, for the writer, William Golding, it was more about the story than the characters, because there just wasn't a lot of character development. It's also a very short book. It was tiny, less than 170 pages, and it was, so it was kind of short. So, okay, my screensaver went on, so I don't know if that interrupted the video. If it did, I'm sorry, and I'll try to splice it out. But that might have been just for me. So, okay, so I finished that and moved on to Children of the Night. This is not a classic. This is a new book by Dan Simmons. It was, let's see, it was published in 1992. So it's kind of old. Doesn't make it a classic, but 1992. It takes place in, it starts off in Romania and Budapest. I don't know. I just started it. It's about Vlad the Impaler. You know, the where Dracula comes from. The story, Dracula is based on a real person, Vlad the Impaler. Vlad Tepes, I think is his name. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. For anybody who is from Romania, you're probably like, oh, you're totally butchering that. Sorry. I've never heard it said properly, so we'll go with what I interpret on my own. So, yeah, I'm at the beginning of the book still, but it's really good. It's interesting. It's about a baby who is from the line of Vlad the Impaler, and they give him a blood transfusion, and he gets adopted, and then the vampires come after him. Bum, bum, bum. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'll tell you if it's any good next week, if I finish it. I've gotten a lot of reading done lately, which is strange. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's starting to turn cold and it's just snuggling up on the couch and reading a book feels like the right thing to do. Oh, I just realized, okay, new hat. Well, new to you guys, not new to me. I knit it last winter, or before last winter for my winter hats. It needs to be reblocked. You can see it kind of bunching up here. I need to reblock it. It is the Java Cloche. Here we go. It is, who did the pattern? The pattern was done for Blue Sky Alpaca. Oh, Grace Akrem? I'm not sure. It is a free pattern. A lot of fun to knit. I really have enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it last year. I'm going to do another one. Actually, this is not the first one I've done. I love knitting hats. And a lot of times I knit them and give them away, which a lot of my knitting, I knit and I give it away. And the first one I did, I knit and gave it away. And this one I kept for myself, and I promised to reblock it. It looks so sad. It's a fun knit. It's just a tiny bit of color work. If you're kind of scared of color work, this is definitely the pattern for you to try, because it's not intimidating. It's minimal, kind of a way to get your hands in there and try some color work without jumping into a full-on, Fair Isle sweater or something crazy like that. And it's a great knit. It's fun. It's fun to wear. And it uses up scraps. You can use up scraps for it. So I'm all for using up some scraps, right? Let's see. What else is on my needles right now? Because I haven't finished anything, because it's only been a week since you've seen me, and I am just not that fast of a knitter. Because I finished all the things last time, so this time it was kind of casting on all the things. So I have lots of works in progress to show you. One of which is, it's just a simple washcloth. It's actually the Sinkmates pattern. It's not a free pattern, so I cannot show you more than that. It's really cool. I'll see if there's more pictures. No, there's not more pictures. It's only a 2-page pattern. Super easy to knit. It's fun because I've never knit a washcloth like, or well, I'm using it as a washcloth. I don't know if you use it as a dishcloth, but you start with an I-cord, and then you do kind of like a mitered square. It's the right side down, and it'll come down to a tip. And when it's done, it shall be a washcloth. It's kind of cute. It's kind of cool. Fun little knit, mindless. Something I don't have to concentrate on. I'm using just the regular sugar and cream. There's no colorway for this. It's just a number, yellow. And then I've got the standard cone of cotton that I have for my washcloths. In fact, that's what kind of this basket is that you see. It's my washcloth basket. It's the only thing that I use straight needles for. I usually use circulars and DPN sometimes, but the only thing I use my straight needles for, these are my Brittany's in a US size 7, which is 4.5 millimeters. That's what I'm using for the washcloth, the Sinkmates. And let's see, what else? Oh, you have not seen this before. I've been knitting on this for a while and will probably keep knitting this for a while. I am knitting the Vivid Blanket by, Tin Can Knits. Wanted to make sure that was right before I said it. I usually print in color. I didn't print this in color. I don't know why. It's a lot of fun. I'm using the Knit Picks Cotton and Linen. I've got them all balled up and ready to go. I figure if I keep them that way, then they're ready for me to knit up. I've got in my Rainstorm Studio bag, my owl bag that you've seen. It has pockets inside of it. It's so fun. And here's the ones that I have finished. I've got a nice little stack going. So I've got it, I'm doing blue, which I think I'm done with the blue. Green. Not sure if you can see these colors very well. This is kind of a coral. And brown. But yeah. So I'm not sure how big I'm going to make it either. I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. It might be a baby blanket. Depends. Kind of. A lot of times I'll start blankets and think I'm going to make them huge for adults, and then somebody has a baby, and I'm like, yeah, baby blanket. Make that a baby blanket. So then it becomes a baby blanket. Let's see what else. Okay, this. Remember how I said sometimes I will cast things on, and thinking that they will be one thing, and they become another thing. It happened again. It happens quite a lot. You will learn this. Remember the Lost City Knits sock yarn that I was going to cast on. I cast it on. I did the picot edge, and it's so pretty, and it's so lovely and so soft, and I was going to put it on my feet, and I decided no. I want to make short little, usually I make my gloves or mittens, fingerless mitts, much longer, but I'm thinking these will be very cute as short, pretty little, I don't know if I'm going to do gloves, fingerless, or half fingers. I don't know. We'll see when I get there. I am just to the point where I'm going to start the increase for the thumb. And I have two. Both two right at the same point. And that was in the Lost City Knits Pathways Sock Minty Fresh colorway. And it's their Superwash Merino. And it's so lovely. It's so very, very lovely. I love the colors. And of course, my daughter saw it, who just had a birthday and turned 14. I tried to talk her into staying little, but, you know, she's not having any of that. So She's now a proper 14-year-old. And we're having her birthday. Today is October 30th. I guess I should have said that. Tomorrow's the 31st, Halloween, and she's going to have her birthday party tomorrow night with all of her friends, and it's going to be a costume party, lots of fun. Yay. So that should be interesting. I'll take my 2 boys who are still of trick-or-treating age, because, you know, there's an age cutoff for that, and take them around the neighborhood. We live in a subdivision, so we will take them trick-or-treating and then come back home in time for her party so that we can properly chaperone the party, of course. It's teenagers. Hello. I know you remember being a teenager. So, I did it again, the same project. I stopped mid-row. I don't know what it is about this. This is the TGV shawl, the High-Speed Knitting by Susan Ashcroft. I am knitting, out of the, I'm not sure how good the color is on this. I don't know. I might go back to recording on my other device. We shall see. The Moonshine, Magic and Moonshine. I've gotten much, much farther. It started with the blue, then to the pink, then to the gray, and then at the orange, you can tell I have started the ribbing. So if I weren't a big old dork and hadn't stopped mid-row, I could really show you more, but no. And I'm actually to the turquoise now. So this is fun. This is another one of those fun, loud, oh, actually, it would match what I'm wearing today. I'll have to remember this shirt for this. When this is done, it's kind of the size of a shawlette, but it wears more like, maybe like a scarf would. I don't know. It's fun. And I can't wait to finish that one. It's actually, now that I'm to the ribbing, it's a little more interesting, so to speak. So it keeps my attention a little bit better. And I was telling you about the beautiful October House DK weight yarn that I had in this beautiful purple color. And that is her Damson DK. In the elderberry colorway. It's 252 yards. It's baby alpaca, merino, and silk, which means that I'm sneezing like crazy when I knit it. In fact, my husband, we were watching television one night, and I was knitting this up, and we're both just, you know, you feel the fibers, and he's like, what is going on? And it's me, it's my fault. You can see let's see if you can see the halo. Yeah. See the pretty fiber, the halo that it's putting off? Yeah, it's already making my nose itch. It's probably psychosomatic. It's making my nose itch just because I know that it's going to make my nose itch. But it's in the round. It didn't start in the round. It actually starts with back and forth. It did it again. Screensaver. I'm going to turn that off for next time. It goes back and forth, and then you join it in the round. It's going to be, it is a cowl. It will be a cowl. Lost my pattern. There it is. It is Zuzu's Petals. Let's see if I can find the picture. It is not a free pattern. It is a paid pattern. Isn't that lovely? It's Zuzu's Petals. I love it. I think it's going to be gorgeous, especially in this yarn. It's uber soft. It's ever so lovely. It has just a little bit of a tonal to it. Like, it's just not solid purple. It has a little bit of interest to it, I guess you could say. I don't know. But I'm still at the beginning. Well, actually, I'm kind of midway, I guess. I'm starting the charted part, and that's like 40-something rows, and then you're done. It's a quick knit. Actually, I didn't even start this. Today is Thursday, and I didn't even start this until this past Saturday, and I've gotten this far. So it's knitting up super duper fast, and it's nice. Now that I'm to the charted part, it's something that I can really focus on. You know, when there's sometimes where you just want knitting that you can focus on, and this is doing it for me. I have it in my Erin Lane bag with my sheepies, the green sheepies. And let's see, what's up next? I have, oh yes, remember I was going to knit the simple Skype socks? Or is it skip socks? I don't know. Is it just a preference? I've always heard Skype, but then on one of the podcasts, I heard somebody say skip. So now I have no idea. But it's by Adrienne Koo. Woo! There we go. And these are a lot of fun to knit. I am knitting these on the October House Sojourn sock, which is a 460 yards, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. Lovely, lovely yarn. I'm really, really enjoying this. Look how very beautiful this is. And this is how much I've gotten done. And you can see the I'll spread it out so you can see the pattern. Isn't that gorgeous? And it breaks up. It's just enough that it breaks up the yarn. And I'm knitting these on. Oh, these are the sock rockets that I got in. Remember last week I was telling you that usually I knit on the Knitter's Pride carbons. These are my size zeros, by the way. And I got the sock rockets in, the Addi sock rockets. So it's the typical Addi blue cable. There's the needle. They are quite sharp, which I like. That's kind of the whole point of getting new sock needles is, you know, I'm all about that tip. All about that tip, I told you I like to sing, but I won't torture you. And this is the carbons tip. So as far as the tips go, I'd say they're very, very similar. The carbons are much lighter, whereas the Addis are, because it's carbon fiber. I mean, they're so light. There's nothing to it. And the Addis are more, you know, solid. They're your typical Addis. I was kind of worried about the cable because I'm not a big fan of Addis cables, but these aren't bad. I have to say, I'm impressed. I like them. I have no complaints. If I were to order more, I might consider ordering these, the Addis, instead of the Knitter's Pride carbons, only because my only complaint about the carbons is, I don't know if you can see this or not. You see the tip where it looks a little yellow? Yeah. That's where it's starting to turn, or whatever the overlay is that they put on that, nickel maybe, I don't know. It's starting to come off. Totally uncool, right? And I thought, okay, well maybe it's just this particular needle. Oh, I lied. These aren't my zeros. These are my ones. Sorry. It's not just, I thought, okay, well, it's just this one. Maybe it's just a kind of a defunct needle and it happened. I can forgive that. Yeah. Happening to the other needle now too. Very uncool. Not liking that. And it really makes me sad because I enjoy those needles a lot. So I'm not very happy about that, to say the least. And I have these in my Rainstorm Studio bag with the clear pocket. Love these clear pockets and the handle. Love it. You should go check out her Etsy. It's really awesome. And so, yeah, these are the typical sock rockets. I got the 32-inch cable, and usually with socks, minimum for Magic Loop, I use a 32-inch cable. I'm actually thinking about trying out a 40-inch cable and seeing if that works out better, but I'm not sure if it will work out better or if the cable will end up getting in my way. I don't know. I want to try the Knitter's Pride Novas, I think they're called. So I might get those in a 40-inch cable and just so I can see, test them out. I don't know. Like I said, I'm always on the hunt for like the perfect sock needle because, you know, it's out there somewhere. So got that, got those going, and I had two. Yeah, you saw it because I had two needles. I have one on each needle because that's how I like to knit things. It's 2 at a time on separate needles. That way it kind of fixes that whole second sock syndrome because I'll knit an inch on one and then I'll knit an inch on another one and so on and so forth. I'll turn the heel and then turn the heel on the next one. That way you kind of finish them at the same time and you're not stuck with second sock syndrome. It's kind of nice. And in my very large bag from Rainstorm Studios, I have my Hit a Feud I think everything is kind of mirrored and backwards. I got to get used to that. I knit some more on this. Like I said, this you're going to see off and on until it gets done because I am not a monogamous knitter. As you can tell, I have like a ton of things on the needles at all times. And the things that get knit on the most usually are the things that can travel with me, like socks or mittens or hats, things I can take on the go, in the car. You know, I'm a mom of 3. I'm in the car a lot. It's go, 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 go. So a lot of times my bigger projects kind of sit and will languish a little bit. I want to put this on my face. It's so soft. Like this. This one has a tendency to sit, but this week I picked it up because my husband and I are watching Modern Family together. We went back and started it over with season 1 and caught up last night and just watched the first episode of season 6. It's so much fun. It's a fun show. I don't know if you have access to it. If you do, you should totally watch it. It's hilarious. Hilarious. And isn't that beautiful? And I'm knitting this out of Mad Tosh in the Tosh Merino Light. It's 100% superwash merino in the Badlands colorway. And it is gorgeous. There's a skein that I already have balled up. And really the camera isn't doing it justice. It's gorgeous. It's brown with blue and gray. I don't know. It's just very beautiful, which, like most Mad Tosh yarn, it's gorgeous, right? And I'm knitting these on my ChiaoGoo's. I stuffed it ahead of time. No screensaver. ChiaoGoo's size 4. I love these. I love ChiaoGoo's. They're awesome. And I believe, okay, that is all. That's all. Only like 7 projects. That's all that I'm knitting right now. But I do have some spinning. Yes, I am a spinner. And I have not been in the mood for spinning lately. I've been kind of knitting all the things and neglecting my spinning. But this is what I have right now, I guess. Trying to catch the light. It's not really catching properly. It's so pretty in real life. There's so much sparkle in it that you're not seeing. It's pink and white and black, and it's gorgeous. I got it from the extravaganza last year from Yorkie Slave. It's called Tickle My Fancy 2. It's 1.5 ounces of merino, 1.5 ounces of bamboo, and 1 ounce of Angelina. So it's 3.1 ounces total. And this is all that I have left from the first half. I split the bat. Let me show you. Now you can see the colors. And the sparkle. Isn't that lovely? Did I mention that I'm a pink person? I like pink. Voila. Gorgeous. And it's so uber soft and wonderful. So I took half of it and I spun that up. Oh, there's fiber everywhere. And Bella's sleeping next to me over here. She's in like knitter's heaven. So I spun up this. I've got to finish this, and this will be the first half, and then I'll put the other half. And I'm thinking that I have some basic white that I got from Knit Picks, the Knit Picks Bear, that I might ply that with if I do a 2-ply. I don't know. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, I'm thinking I might Navajo ply it. Yeah, a nice Navajo ply would be nice, and then have it maybe a hat. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how much I get out of it. It's gonna make quite a bit, so I should be able to at least get a hat out of it, I would think. I don't know. We shall see. It's one of the magical things about knitting and spinning, right? It's all about the surprise sometimes, especially with me, because I kind of like to let the yarn tell me what it wants to be, and I do the same thing with my fiber. I kind of let it tell me what it wants to be. And by the way, I was asked this question. I am sitting on the floor. I know it's a weird angle. I'm on the floor, and behind me is, let's see, that way. Yeah, that way is the front door. Around that little thing is the front door, and this is the side of the staircase, so it's my foyer It goes up like 2 stories. And we're in my sitting room. My kitchen's over this way, window that way. That's why I kind of picked this area. It seems to have the best lighting. So feel free to give me some feedback on that if you preferred a different area as far as lighting goes. I love to hear from you guys. I would love to have some iTunes reviews pop up. That would be awesome if you could take like just a few minutes and leave me an iTunes review. It kind of helps all the knitting podcasters because it moves us like up in the food chain as far as podcasts go, because there's like a million out there. And so I really appreciate it. I thank you so much for coming back. I look forward to spending time with you each week. I love this. And tomorrow's Halloween, so happy Halloween if you celebrate it. If not, have a great weekend and love what you're knitting.